This is Priyanka Bharde from Hyderabad, presenting you the topic Realizing Satyam Shivam Sundaram through Natya Shastra. So if we go about the words Satyam Shivam Sundaram, they appear to be very simple three words, but they carry a huge message behind them. Let's see what it is. So first of all, Satyam Shivam Sundaram is a small and crisp form of message which gives the information about the reality and the spiritual reality that is hidden behind the Moha and Maya. This Satyam Shivam Sundaram can be seen probably from Taittiriya Upanishad, which is the first time it was referenced. And from then we have been seeing this in a lot of Upanishads, text and scriptures later on after the Vedic period. So let's understand what these three words actually mean. Starting with Satyam, so we think that Satyam is truth. But what exactly is being referred here? Is it just saying the truth always in your life, or is there something more behind that? So the truth without any projection of the mind or opinion. This is the extra part that we tend to miss. So one particular situation can be perceived in 4 different ways by 4 different people, depending on their mindset, depending on their opinions. But the truth is beyond all those mindsets, all those opinions, and that is what is getting referenced here as Satyam. Coming to the Shivam, it is not just about Lord Shiva, but a subtler aspect of Lord Shiva, which is being the divine, good, pure, generous, and harmless in the entire universe. So anywhere you feel that something pure, something divine is present, that is the presence of Shivam. So Shivam, we think that Shiva is just one Jatadhari with Nagendra, and we think he has a Chandra on his head. So we confine him to the physical appearance. But actually, Shiva is nothing but the auspiciousness. And coming to the third point, which is Sundaram. It is not just beauty, but ethereal beauty. Beauty behind what you are actually seeing. For example, one particular situation can seem disgusting for someone, but at the same time, if it is a life-saving situation for somebody else, it becomes a very beautiful experience. So Sundaram here is referenced from the aspect of the beauty of a whole instead of one particular aspect of life. So in whole, if you see Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram is nothing but the ethereal truth, the eternal truth, which is beyond our logic, beyond our explanations, beyond our concepts in mind, which denotes the presence of auspiciousness, which is Shivam, and as a result, you can experience the aesthetics behind it through Sundaram. So I wouldn't say that Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram are 3 different parts, but it is the same thing being referenced through different words. The same Satya is nothing but Shiva, and the same Shiva is nothing but Sundaram. So one example I would like to use here is fire and heat. Will we ever be able to separate them? So can we say that fire and heat are 2 separate commodities? How fire and heat are inseparable, yet they have their own substantial explanation. Okay, this is fire and this is heat, but yet they are inseparable. Similarly, the Shiva and Shakti form this inseparable bond in this universe, through which ultimately the essence of Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram is understood. Now this is through the philosophical aspects. Now I, being a dancer, I thought, why not utilize my Natya Shastra to explain this to a normal audience through dance and drama. So in Natya Shastra, we can see the origin of dance. Whoever has written the exams on origin of dance, we have read this shlokam, Sarva Shastra Sampannam, Sarva Shilpa Pradarshakam, Natyakhyam Panchamam Vedam, Setihasam Karomiham. All the essence of the Shastras, Vedas, Scriptures, Upanishads, what we are finding it so difficult to get and even understand. Even if we have loads of books at home, it's so difficult to comprehend. But Natya Shastra has taken that essence and given us in a very beautiful, very aesthetic way of presentation through dance and drama. In fact, Natya Shastra was created to educate the masses about the dharma. Instead of sitting and telling a child about what is good and bad, we just show them one episode from Mahabharata, and the child grasps much more better through this presentation. So that is what Natya Shastra does. And the most important part of Natya Shastra, which is the Chaturvidha Abhinayam, it is the tool which helps us really take the message through Abhinaya from the 4 types. And now let us see how this Natya Shastra helps us to understand Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram in a better way. Starting with Satyam, we understood that it is the truth beyond our comprehension, beyond our mind and intellect. So if we take the Patra concept from Natya Shastra, all the dancers are supposed to visualize themselves as Patra. Patra means a container which should be able to hold milk, poison, any tasty item or anything very ugly also. So as a dancer, we are supposed to hold that character, though we are not that character in the natural sense. But if we are as Ravanasura on stage, our own qualities should be missing. That is the peak of artist presentation. So through this Patra concept, what we can see here is looking at the characters beyond our opinions, beyond our comprehension, and seeing them as they are. This, when you put it in parallel to Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, it becomes an instrument to understand the Satya of the universe. Coming to the Shivam, we have another shloka for Natya Shastra, which is Rig Yajur Sama Vedabhyo Vedachadharvana Kramat Patyam Cha Abhinayam Geetam Rasa Sangraha Padmaja. So, literature, music, abhinaya, rasa, all these have been taken from one of the 4 Vedas. And all the Vedas, if you see it, the essence of Vedas is trying to show the auspiciousness throughout the universe and the different ways to attain it. So when Natya Shastra is coming from the 4 Vedas itself, so how is it not showing the Shivam of the universe? It is directly coming from the Shivam, which is auspiciousness. And one very striking feature of classical dances, all the dances that follow the Natya Shastra, is some or the other point of time, we will feel that divine auspiciousness present on stage. And that comes through the intricate training of Natya Shastra. And at the end, I would like to discuss about the Sundaram, which is the beauty. So the Natya Shastra talks about the rasa theory, which is everybody of us have bhavas, sthayi bhavas, which is present inside us. We just require a vibhava, some situation or some circumstance which arouses this bhava in us, and the anubhavas, which are the symptoms. When we are trying to show an episode where we are seeing something very ugly or something very ferocious, we have to get those sweat drops on our forehead. Our face has to become pale. So all these are the symptoms of the bhava being aroused. And once that reaches the audience, it is converted into rasa. So the whole process, which is called as rasa nishpatti, entire thing what here is referenced is beauty is not just Sringara rasa or Hasya rasa. Beauty is all the Navarasas, which is again Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, Sundaram. So the beauty as a whole, when we understand, that is very easy for an artist to comprehend, because we go through so many emotions as artists on stage. Only then the production is successful. If I stick to my favorite rasa, rasa nishpati is never possible. So with this, I found that Natya Shastra is very, very helpful to understand the concept of Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram.